Hi, today we're going to take being a business leader first and an HR leader second to another step, right? We're going to talk about another aspect of knowing your business as an HR leader and being fluid in the language of your business. So, what I mean by that is, if you remember, we talked about knowing your competition in the market and where you rank among your competition and what are the metrics you measure to determine where your company ranks in that, right? So, how do you define success as it relates to your competition? So, that's one aspect. Another aspect is knowing the why, understanding the why of your organization. And if this concept is new to you, I would recommend checking out Simon Sinek. He's all over YouTube. He's all over TED Talks. He's got some great books. But it's really understanding kind of the philosophy behind your product. Why do you do what you do? What is the purpose? What is the emotional connection to the products or the services you offer? So knowing that, and knowing how you sell your product to your retail customers if you're a retail brand, or to businesses if you're a B2B brand, understanding and being able to speak to that clearly and fluidly is extremely important as an HR professional. Taking it a step further, you also need to understand how that links and supports and feeds into your employment brand. And I've had HR professionals say, well, we don't have an employment brand. We're X, Y, and Z company, and that's our brand. And I respectfully challenge you, because you do have an employment brand. You may not know what it is. You might know what it is and not like what it is, but it exists. You have a culture within your organization, and your culture is very much your employment brand, right? Your culture is the way people feel about these different aspects that define your employment brand. If you don't know what that is and you haven't done that work yet, that's okay. But be prepared to approach the data gathering with an open mind, because you may be very happy in your role and love what you do. But that doesn't mean that everyone else within that organization feels the same way. So you don't want to paint everyone's experience with the same brush. You need to gather real data. So there's a few ways you can do that. You can hold employee focus groups and simply ask people, why do you work here? What's kept you here? If you've been here for many years, why do you stay? What are your top three most favorite things about being an employee here? Or what's the best experience you've had as an employee here? Conversely, what's the worst experience you've had as an employee here? All of those items and ideas and thoughts contribute to your employee brand, i.e. your culture. And I've heard people say, well, we don't really have a distinctive company culture or brand. You do. It's out there. Whether or not you've articulated it or documented it is up to you. But go on Glassdoor, go out to Indeed, go out to Google, and read your reviews. And there's always going to be negative reviews, so don't live and die by negative reviews. Disgruntled people, hide behind the veil of anonymity online and post negative reviews. That's just going to happen. But if all you have is negative reviews, then you may need to step in and take a deeper look at that. I would also recommend you start responding to those reviews, both positive and negative. If somebody takes the time to leave your company, you as an employer, a positive review about their work experience, it's really in your best interest to go out there and thank them for that. As much as it is for you to go out there and respond to the negative review and maybe ask that person to direct message you so that you can perhaps get underneath what's driving that negative review. Because all of these elements create a picture and tell a story of your organization. And that's the picture and the story your potential new employees are looking for. They're going out there and, people live their lives these days. They make purchasing decisions and employment decisions based on reviews, right? Amazon really changed the game many years ago when they started allowing customer reviews unfiltered and uncensored. And now that's the expectation, is that we as individuals have the power to help build up or diminish a brand. And people leverage that power every day. And as a human resources professional, you have got to understand what people are saying about your organization, whether they still work there or they've left recently. You need to get underneath of that. And it's more than an exit interview. I have strong feelings about exit interviews, and we'll get into that in another video. But to wrap this, again, I will reiterate, you must understand your brand statement as a retail brand or a B2B brand and how that supports and intersects with your employment brand. And if you cannot articulate your employment brand or the culture of your organization in an elevator speech type of statement or a few bullet points, that's an issue. And you need to figure out how to do that. And you also need to make sure that that employment brand is authentic. That's key. I can't stress that enough. Here's an example. If you're a health and wellness company and your product is in that space, maybe you sell exercise equipment or drinks or bars or whatever it might be. And yet, as an employer, your cafeteria is stocked with sugary sodas, candy, and chips, so there's no healthy alternatives for your employees. That's in direct conflict with your brand, right? That's not where you want to be. If you're this health and wellness company and you don't offer exercise benefits to your employees, whether it's gym memberships or you have on-site coaches, partnerships with maybe weight management organizations or life coaches or what have you, if I'm hoping you can see your employment brand has got to be in alignment with your retail and customer facing brand. It doesn't have to be word for word verbatim. There are some variances and nuances, but there must be a lockstep alignment between the two. And if there's not, employees will see right through it. Candidates will see right through it. If you are giving tours of your building and you're this health and wellness company and they walk through the cafeteria and they see nothing but junk food and people who appear to be unhealthy, that's going to resonate with them. And they're going to then start questioning what else is not authentic about what I'm hearing or being told or I'm seeing on this beautiful website, right? You've got this beautiful careers page that tells me what a great company this is. But then I walk through the doors and it's not coming to life. That's where you have conflict between your brand statement and the reality of your organization. And HR folks, you need to get underneath that and start creating steps to create that alignment. And it's not easy, but it can be done and it can take time. But that's where you start to integrate into your business in other ways by partnering with your marketing team and really starting to understand how they're branding your organization. You partner with your operations leaders and every part of your organization. And you've got to share with these folks, this is the reality of what our employees think of us. This is who they say we are. This is what they're sharing with us as far as their experiences go. And if this isn't what we want it to be, we need to craft a strategy to change it. All right, guys, thank you so much. I look forward to chatting with you. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback if this is helpful. Am I going deep enough? not, too deep. I don't know. I'm new to this YouTube world, but please subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. I will continue to grow along with you, and I would also love suggestions of content you would like for me to share with you. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day.